I'd like to call to order an emergency meeting of the Township Council. Should we rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? The purpose of today's meeting, which will be very brief, is to take action on Resolution 31 of 2020, which is an emergency declaration for the Corona COVID-19 pandemic. I think we have duly advertised, Amanda, that for this meeting today, local newspapers. Anyone that would like proof of that, if they just email the office, we can provide that for them. The resolution reads as follows: whereas the President of the United States of America and the CDC and the World Health Organization have declared a medical health emergency concerning the COVID-19 coronavirus. Whereas on March 6, 2020, the Governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania issued a proclamation of disaster emergency in response to a novel coronavirus known as COVID-19, which emerged in Wuhan, China, and has since spread to 89 countries, including the United States. Whereas on or about March 10th, the County of Delaware declared the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic a potential public health threat with the ability to cause illness, suffering, and possible death to persons of Concord Township, Delaware County. And whereas COVID-19 has significant potential to endanger the health, safety, and welfare of a substantial number of persons residing in Concord Township, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, particularly the elderly and those medically compromised. And whereas both the President of the United States and the Governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania have indicated that local government should take the appropriate steps to protect the health, safety, and welfare of its citizens. Whereas, pursuant to the declarations of emergencies as declared by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and Concord Township, all deadlines as imposed by the MPC, Municipality Planning Codes, and the Right to Know Act are hereby suspended for the next 7 days or until the suspensions of the declaration of emergency. Now therefore be it resolved, the Concord Township Council of Delaware County, Pennsylvania, pursuant to the provisions of Section 701B of the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Code, as amended, does hereby declare the existence of a medical disaster emergency in Concord Township, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, and further declares that A, the effects of the COVID-19 coronavirus constitutes a clear and present danger to life. B, the disaster emergency declared by Council under 35 PA CS Section 7501 and the resulting enabling provisions of 35 PA CS 7501 shall continue through Wednesday, April 29th, 2020, at which time or before Council shall make the determination to either end or continue the emergency declarations. The Council directs the Township Manager to take the appropriate measures to protect the Township citizens, businesses, and employees by adopting without limitation the following measures. Number 1, limit any and all Township functions to only those deemed constitutionally mandated. Number 2, limit crowds in any and all Township buildings by eliminating any and all non-essential Township meetings and functions and limiting access to Township facilities to only persons whose presence is absolutely necessary. Number 3, extending any and all deadlines for Township responses to right to know requests and other submissions for land development, zoning, etc. Number 4, establish the appropriate measures for payment and collection of Township taxes while assuring the safety of the Township taxpayers. Number 5, if necessary, temporarily releasing all non-essential Township personnel from reporting to the Township offices for work. Number 6, immediately taking the steps necessary to properly clean and sanitize the Township facilities. And number 7, if necessary, the Township Manager is authorized, after the approval of Council, to employ temporary workers, rent equipment, purchase necessary supplies and materials, and to enter into contracts and agreements for the protection of the health, safety, and welfare of Concord Township citizens. Furthermore, the Concord Township Council hereby directs the Concord Township Emergency Management Coordinator to coordinate the activities of the emergency response, to take all appropriate actions needed to alleviate the effects of this disaster, aid in the restoration of essential public services, and to take any other emergency response actions deemed necessary to respond to this emergency. This would be in the form of a motion. Mr. Pagano, would you like to make that motion?
So moved.
Mr. Gillespie, would you like to second it? Any discussion? I do have a sheet that our manager has prepared for us. I think if you need any information, Amanda, the prudent thing to do would be to check the website. Probably equally as important for our residents, there is a button on the red side that has to do with Code Red. Code Red is a vehicle that we use, or a mechanism that we use through the website, that anything that we know or any bulletins from the township, if you enroll in Code Red, when we get it, you will get it. So it might help you not having to check the website as often, because as we get flash bulletins, we will post them to you. We mentioned in a lot of meetings that we encourage the residents to use the Code Red option. I encourage you now more than ever to use it, because if anything happens locally, as soon as the township knows it, if something happens with the school district or something comes down from the county or the state, we'll blast it out to everybody that's signed up for Red. So it's a somewhat painless thing to enroll to. There is a continuity of business operations plan. The township building will be closed to visitors until 3/30/2020. We intend to provide the services as best we can, but request that demand for government services be minimized during the next several weeks. If you have any questions, call the township at 610-459-8911. We will be responding to phone calls and or emails. Current building permits, there's a section on that. Current permits received and not approved may be delayed for processing. No new permits will be processed until Concord Township reopens the office. Special event permits received for events in March will be revoked. All applicants will be notified. As far as building inspections and other inspections, only essential outdoor inspections will be made during the closure of business. Contact the building codes official team by email or by phone, and we'll return your call within 24 hours to see what we can do to help you if there is some sort of emergency. Subdivision and land developments. Plans will not be accepted until the office reopens. Current applications may be delayed. The applicants will be notified, and extensions of time will be requested if necessary. Right to know request. All requests received and are made pursuant to the right to laws will be delayed until township operations continue on March 30th, 2020. Township Council committee meetings, tax collector hours. Township Council agenda meeting on March 31st, 2020 is hereby canceled. All committee meetings during the month of March are suspended until further notice. The tax collector hours of March will be postponed until further notice. If you check the website, discount date for tax is fast approaching. There is a policy and a procedure in there, since there will not be a tax collector here on the campus, of how to have your taxes paid and still be able to take advantage of the discount. The park facilities, the township buildings will be closed to the public, as I said, till 3/30/2020, and we will revisit that then. Township parks and trails will remain open. However, we remind township residents to adhere to the governor's request for social distancing and self-isolation. Park and pavilion rentals during the month of March will be canceled. That being said, we have a motion and a second. I would also like to point out that having parents that both were part of the greatest generation that had to suffer through Depression and through World War II, I think in history this is going to be a societal defining moment. How we act towards each other and how we act towards our government officials go down in the history books as to whether we survive this virus or not. So everybody rowing together is going to be more important now than ever. Last night I was trying to find some quote that would maybe be appropriate, and of all people I found one was from Bob Marley, who said, "You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice." So if I'm keeping score, we have a motion and a second. Do we have all those in favor? Any other further discussion? No? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving Resolution 31 of 2020, please say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Crossan has joined us from his trip. John, safe travels coming home, and we will, yeah, he fit in that little tiny box there, little phone. But anyway, safe. Yeah, well, maybe after 14 days of being in the country, we look forward to seeing you too. But just be safe, and God bless America and all the residents of Concord Township. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.